Hi! If you're watching this video, you're likely thinking about becoming pregnant or you are pregnant and you're wondering if you can exercise. My name's Krista Norwick. I'm a pelvic physiotherapist, so I have a master's degree in physical therapy and I have extensive training in pelvic health and pregnancy and postpartum. Well, the short answer is in most situations, yes, you can exercise, but I want to explain to you a little bit more about how you can exercise and what the ideal recommendations are based on what we know in research. Let's get into it. Can you exercise during pregnancy? The vast majority of the time, the answer is yes. Sometimes during pregnancy, some people do get put on exercise restrictions or bed rest, and that's going to be a conversation that you have with your primary care provider, so your doctor or your midwife. And of course, in that scenario, exercise won't be something that you can do most likely. However, for most people, exercise throughout pregnancy is absolutely possible. In fact, research shows that it's ideal if you can get 150 minutes of exercise per week spread out over 3 or more days during pregnancy. We know that this improves your health during pregnancy, it improves your mental health during pregnancy, and it's a really great way to prep for labor and delivery. So generally, we see that outcomes during and after labor and delivery are better if you got the recommended amount of exercise throughout your pregnancy. How you choose to exercise during pregnancy will depend on a few different factors. One major factor is what you were doing for exercise before and what you tend to like for exercise. Your body is amazing at adapting to whatever movement or exercise that you're doing. And so, for example, if you did yoga all the time prior to pregnancy, then that's probably going to feel pretty good for you throughout most of your pregnancy. Same goes for any activity, running, hiking, whatever. It can translate into pregnancy if your body is used to it. Sometimes that happens and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes during pregnancy, a certain activity that used to feel good in your body doesn't feel as good. And so you may need to modify what activity you're doing or activities based on how your body is feeling. Usually, starting up a brand new type of activity is a little bit more challenging during pregnancy just because your body's already going through a lot of changes. And so adding in a new form of movement can be a little bit much for your body, but that's definitely not a black and white rule. I've worked with people who've started up yoga during pregnancy and that worked really well for them and it felt really, really good for their body. There are different things that you could try during pregnancy as well, but just be mindful that your body might not respond super well to a new activity during pregnancy just because it's already modifying and changing because of the pregnancy. I think it's really important to note that sometimes we put a little bit too much pressure on ourselves. Like we have to do this certain type of exercise or this certain intensity of exercise. And the truth is, if you're getting out and it feels like a moderate intensity, we know that that is really the most important thing. So that can be in any number of ways. Walking, hiking, biking, stationary bike, Stairmaster, swimming, yoga, dancing. There's so many different ways that you can get that moderate level of exercise. And so I think it's really important. It's actually more important in my experience as a physiotherapist that you participate in exercise that you actually enjoy and that actually makes you feel good. Most people are way more likely to do their exercise or do the recommended exercise if it's something they actually want to do versus something that they dread doing. A really great way to find something that you really enjoy would be to try a few different things out. So if you're early in pregnancy, that might be a good time to try a couple things. Of course, always being mindful that it might not be super easy for your body, but just noticing how your body feels. Or even before pregnancy, trying some things out, finding an exercise or activity that you really enjoy, that you can move your body in, but you also enjoy doing it. The other thing is you can actually work with a pelvic physiotherapist who can give you an exercise plan or program. So maybe you're the type of person that is more externally accountable. You like to have a plan that someone gives you that they check in on. I'm actually like that, so I totally understand. And they can give you an exercise program, they can give you a plan for how frequently you should be doing everything per week, and they would tailor the exercises specifically for you, so specifically for what your body needs during pregnancy. So it's a really individualized approach, which is amazing. If you're wondering if a certain type of exercise is safe during pregnancy, so for example, more of a high impact exercise like running or skiing or something along those lines, the best thing that you can do just to be on the more kind of cautious side is to speak with your care team about it. So chat with your doctor, ask if they're comfortable with you doing this certain type of exercise, and be really clear about what you want to do. So how far are you going? How fast? How skilled are you at it? How comfortable are you? Do you feel comfortable that you can really protect yourself from falling? Those sorts of things. You can also speak with a pelvic physiotherapist about it. A pelvic physiotherapist can actually teach you how to use your muscles and your pelvic floor muscles, your core muscles, and everything while you're doing that activity, and make sure everything seems to be working well for that activity. All right, so to recap, yes, you can exercise during pregnancy most of the time unless you've been told otherwise. And ideally, you're going to be getting 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week over the course of 3 or more days. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, or if you want to see one of us, we can help you with exercise during pregnancy. Link in the description of this video to book an online session. Take care.